back with me, your host, Supreme Understanding, and this is Hustle and Win, the movement, Rap Racing Revolution coming soon, April 2009. We're going to address a couple things. First of which, I think it's very important that I address this. It's a real important topic. Let's talk about my nose. In the other video you may see, you catching my side profile, yes, my nose is prominent. And I think it's important that we talk about my nose. Why? Because it goes into the issue of, is this motherfucker black? And I get that a lot, I don't get that, from people that know me, that know what I'm about, that know what I stand for. I get that from strangers, and I'm alright with that, because shit, I don't want to do a motherfucking check on people, you know what I mean? You gotta do checks on people, If it was a white boy fighting for Native American rights and trying to get some land, I would want to know too. I want to do that blood test too. Like, homie, is you really a Native American? So we don't want people just claim jumping. Like, anybody can be black. Just all you gotta do is say it. So why the fuck do I say I'm black? Now let's get this clear. I'm not African American. I don't want to be. I don't even think anybody that could be categorized as African American should want to be considered African American, because really I don't know what that is. Don't nobody else do that. Don't no Chinese person be like, I'm Chinese American. You never heard no white boy go, I'm European American. It's just like motherfucking people of color in this country, especially so-called black people. It's just like, yo, American is the thing to be. American is not the thing to be, homie. America is what made you what you are, and if your conditions ain't just right, then I don't know, that's something you should be celebrating. Let's go into the word black though. Because see, when I say so-called black, it's because there's a certain demographic of people that are considered black, and then there's a certain demographic of people that are not black. For example, if your family is from Africa, you're black. But if your family is jet black, but they Australian Aborigines, are you still black? Yeah, I would think you were. See, black is color, culture, and consciousness. And if you got them three aspects, that's black, right? Now, there's black people in India. There's 900 million black people in India, right? Darker than me, way darker than me. Are they black? Their hair texture a little bit different. Some of their nose is wide, some of their nose is narrow, but they jet black. And they struggling. And they struggling because of who? Same people. Are they black? What about me? Yeah, I'm light skinned, but there's black people in New Orleans lighter than me. Am I black? Are they black? If you mix with white, are you black? See, these are questions we ask, and we really shouldn't be asking them questions, because really, when you look at black as being color, culture, and consciousness, and when you look at black as representing people of color, because that is the origin of all people of color. If you in India and the first people of India were black, my last name, my government last name is Das. Das means black skinned slave. You can look that up. Das means black skinned slave. How did we get that name? Because the Europeans that came into India 4,000 years ago, when they tore shit up, they saw these black motherfuckers and they said, well, these are the Dases. And that meant these are our slaves. These are our black ass slaves. They put themselves at the top, they put the black people at the bottom. And then they rape motherfuckers and they created people looking like me, And that's how it's gone everywhere. Every single place on the planet, even China. You go to the earliest origins of China, Chinese were black. And if you don't believe me, you ain't gotta believe me. Go read something, man. Go read African presence in early Asia. Go read African presence in early Europe. Go read African presence in early America. And you'll see that the origin of all people is black. So what? We still black. It don't matter how many people raped your mom and your grandmom and your great-grandmom, man. You still the origin of what you were. The problem with our people is they don't know their origins in the world. So we disconnected. It's Black History Month. We thinking that Black history starts with slavery. You know how twisted that is? You know what kind of psychological warfare that is to tell a person that their history begins so late in the game, way later than everybody else, and all you got to claim as your origin is a motherfucking slave? You know what that does to you? That shit is sick. And this is where the majority of our people are. People don't understand that black history is not just African history. Man, it's black people all over the world. Man, it's black people in Alaska that's been there for thousands of years. Why the fuck they ain't turned white? Because that ain't how that came about. But that's another topic. That's another discussion. They found black people in the earliest spots of Europe. Vietnam. You could look these people up, man. They got all kinds of names, man. But I know a lot of people ain't gonna look it up. So what's the point? Now I talk about some of that in the book, man. But there's really no point in me going into all that if you're not gonna research it. Now if you want to research it, pick up one of the books that I named, and that'll do it all for you. You know, if you want to look it up on the internet, you can probably type that in on the internet and find something. So how does that relate to the present day of time? Because we ain't dealing with ancient civilization right now, man. This is real life. This is what's going on right now. What's going on right now is if you are in the same conditions, the same predicament, and you're oppressed, and one thing that holds us all together is the fact that we're all oppressed because of the color of our skin. Why? I mean, we were the earth's first, the original people. You know, now we taught that we criminal evils. You know what I mean? Just it's like we were at the top, now we're at the bottom. But the first should be last, and last should be first. So it's all right. You know, I can live with that. But the thing is, we're all in that same predicament. You can't go nowhere in the world and find a people of color that has not been destroyed, decimated, humiliated, and just stripped of everything by the same people. You're not gonna find that nowhere. You know, the world's top hustler is the world's top hustler because his hustle is global. You know, we local. Get off of my exit. Give me a minute. So, am I black? Hell yeah, homie, I'm black. You black too? And that motherfucking Mexican down the street is black. The Arab at the corner store, he black. And the truth is, a lot of us don't even know we black. And a lot of us that know we black are ashamed to be black. Shit, I know there's motherfuckers that really on the census, they fall into the category of black. They don't want to be black. Tiger Woods don't want to be black. Nicole Richie don't want to be black. Yeah, hell yeah, her ass is black. But she got blonde hair and all that. She don't want to be black. You know, a lot of people don't want to be black. Would you want to be black if you had the choice? A lot of people would. But man, I'm in love with the idea of being black. Why? Because black is struggle. Black is the global struggle. When you identify with that element, that's the identification with the struggle. That's why you got white boys wanting to be black. They just want to be a part of the struggle. But you can't, because see, when you in that demographic, that's a different story. That's a different situation. You got to be on a different side of the struggle. If you're white, you can still be a part of the struggle, but your struggle is different, homie. You got a different struggle, and you got to find your struggle. You got to find where you fit in. You got to get in where you fit in, because it ain't the same for everybody. See, me, I got to speak to my people. I got to speak to these people, and I got to speak for the people of color, like throughout the world, you know. And we gonna have to change this game. Now, if you don't understand that, and you don't understand the commonalities of people of color, you don't understand how we all in the same struggle, homie, I don't know where you been. Like, really, you don't see what they did to the Indians? You don't see what they did to the Puerto Ricans? You don't see what they did to the Haitians? You don't see what they did to the Dominicans? You don't see what they did to the Chinese? You don't see what they did to the Japanese? Man, when the Japanese is coming over to America, they was trying to fuck. This is during, like, right before World War II, right around World War II, they was trying to unite with the black people of America and saying, look, we gonna rise up together. It's gonna be a struggle together. We gonna fight, and we gonna take this motherfucker down. You know what they did right after that? They bombed them. 2 nuclear bombs. Only time anybody's ever bombed anybody with a nuclear bomb. That's what happened, you know. So, but shit, I ain't scared. Let's come together, you know. I'll take trips around the world if I got to, man. We can still look. It's not like it's impossible, you know. But the first step is what? Consciousness. You don't see yourself as having something in common, man. You part of the problem, man. You got to understand that this is a global struggle. It don't matter that motherfucker look at you funny when you walk into a store. See, I missed my turn. It don't matter that motherfucker look at you funny when you walk into a store. It don't matter that a motherfucker don't necessarily know where you coming from. Nah, that's why we got to communicate with each other, man. Let them know where you coming from. Talk to them, man. Talk to these people, man. Understand they struggle too, man, because they struggling too. They might think they love America. They don't understand America yet. They might not even been here long enough to really understand America. Some of them do, but you ain't gonna know that until you talk to each and every one of them. And this is how we gonna build a movement, you know. And this is how we hustle to win. Peace.